As the remakes are coming, Fast and Furious, Ghostbusters, Afterlife.
Oh, wait. No. Let's not mention Fast and Furious. No.
I just used the phrase, not the Vin Diesel, just the phrase.
Yeah, no.
Is that's a banned phrase we can't say like that.
That was a bad bar.
Only
Like, yo,
It's a bad bar.
that's the engineer. Like, yo.
only Maxie can
Hey,
say
you
that.
sure you want to keep that? I could delete it.
It's like, let's do that again.
Right.
Well,
I want feeling. I want emotion. Got to say it with feeling. Bong, 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 bong.
Bum, bum, what?
welcome to RZA's guided meditation. Bong
Hey, yo, bum, bum.
Sit in the lotus position. Bong bong.
What? Sit down right now.
Why that sound like Elmer Fudd for real?
He does it. He does it.
RZA's the rap Elmer Fudd.
Oh, shit.
Put your palm with these pointy ass wings. What you doing, Amby?
Amby's having
Amby, what you doing, son?
If I was a really,
Word.
if I was a huge
Yo.
RZA fan, I'd be triggered right now.
You'll be twigging?
Wow.
I'd be twigged right now.
Be
Oh, my
twigging?
goodness.
Hey, yo, son, you got the Wu-Tang stamp right on your twist.
All right, so here,
What?
so you know what? Somebody gotta do it. Oh, you could do voices, right? Can you do Mike Tyson?
Wait, the way his eyes rolled back in his head like he was dead.
So the
That's
skit
what I'm
is
saying right there.
Mike Tyson talking to
What?
RZA.
Oh my
That's-
God.
Yo.
There you go. There you go.
Hey, yo, they told me Wu-Tang was for the children.
They are. What's up? What up, son? Yo, Mike. You even need to have to read books. You even have to read books, son.
Oh, eat your babies. Ain't that what he say, yo?
Man, this is far from Ghostbusters.
Hey, yo, I'm leaving the building.
Nah, let's go. Let's talk Afterlife.
Indeed, I saw it. I absolutely loved it.
Me too.
I
saw
loved
it
it.
today.
I did too. I loved it. I've seen it
Yeah.
twice.
Oh wow.
And Amby with the double
Right.
dip. I loved
Yo,
it.
it's
It felt like like the first one.
So
It
break
did.
it down why you enjoy this so much.
go ahead.
it captured everything that was dope about the 80s one.
Yeah.
It had everything. It had the disbelief. It had and they really captured the fact that okay, this thing happened in New York at this time at this juncture, and then it didn't happen again.
Yeah.
And they slowly wind down until now. Like it just had all the elements. It had everything. It had a semblance of a containment unit bursting. It had ghosts flooding a town. It had people discovering their callings.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It dealt with the way the old guys show up was so dope.
Oh, in the coffee, in
like,
the at the end.
Yeah.
literally connects
Yeah.
to the original.
And literally,
which is awesome.
And all the extra stuff they had.
yeah. I was nervous about the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man though. I was like, are they gonna all get bigger? Because there was so many of them.
So that's
And I
the
was
thing. That's the
nervous.
thing that didn't happen this time, which was cool. So Gozer already did the Choose Your Destroyer thing, and that was resolved. He took care of that. So now Gozer comes back, and Gozer really at this point is just chilling. It's not really doesn't have an agenda in terms of like, oh, I'm gonna choose and perish all that. Now she just like, oh, fuck all of y'all. I just gonna rule.
Right.
You know, and so Gozer was doing what Gozer does, which was sitting on the throne like, are you a god? What?
Right.
Step off. You know what I'm saying?
And practical effects, puppetry.
Yes, I
Puppetry
was so
and
happy about that.
Gozer's suit was a
Yes.
light up suit. She
Yes.
actually wore it. It
Wore
was
a
not
suit.
CGI'd.
It wasn't.
It was full practical effects. The zombie that was in a diner was the zombie in the
Yeah,
diner.
Exactly.
All it was nothing but
monsters.
practical effects.
She had,
Yeah.
Love that.
I did enjoy that.
Yep. Vince,
I really
definitely
love
thought
that.
about
Like,
that.
you just sold me.
That's
I
it.
mean, if I wasn't sold on it
Yeah.
before,
It might have been the
I
same
haven't
puppets.
seen it. I haven't seen that.
Yeah,
in a long time.
it just looks like they just took those same puppets and just updated them.
Yeah.
The same
Yeah,
dogs.
it's very
Vince
cool.
Clortho and Zool, they were the same puppets.
same
Yeah.
same puppets.
Yeah, it was very
Like
cool.
really, like literally there.
Yeah, they kept you have a key master and a gatekeeper. That whole thing is there.
Yep.
Like the whole Gozer thing was there. Everything that happened in
So
the
how
first
was
one.
the story?
Perfect.
It was good.
Yeah.
How was the
perfect.
story?
It was
Perfect.
good. It was really good.
Why was it perfect?
Because they touched on everything that you need in a Ghostbusters film, and it was in a way that wasn't forced. You know, like most movies that are like remakes or reboots, they try to carry the flag or the wave of nostalgia. That's what they try to win you over to circumvent. There's no real good story.
Yeah.
But this was a story that just happened to carry the nostalgia in it.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
there's moments that you couldn't force it or fake it, because the biggest nostalgia in it, the sound when you turn on a proton pack.
Yes.
Shut shit down.
Yeah.
The sound when you start up the Ecto 1 and the sirens come on. You
Yeah.
can't fake that. You can't just throw that out there. So the moments were perfectly timed
Yes.
with the way they built it up.
And they gave everybody a role that fit them.
Yeah.
So the little girl is Egon reborn, pretty
Right.
much.
Ray Stans. Yeah.
Yeah. Her friend, her Asian friend podcast is
Ray Stans.
Yes.
Yep.
Her
Super.
I heard podcast was
podcast
it
was
was dope.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I heard
podcast was dope.
podcast was super dope.
podcast and her.
Yeah.
And then you got
then
your
you got
Peter.
their
The
homie-
big brother is Peter.
No, I would say the Big Brother is like an amalgamation of Peter and Winston. Because he was already a mechanic. Like he fixed the Ecto 1.
He did fix
without
it,
even
yeah.
and he didn't
No,
care
without
about what it
knowing.
was.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Just was
No, he
having
didn't
his
know. He
ride.
didn't know it was a Ghostbuster.
Yeah, he didn't know it was a
Yeah.
He said,
Ghostbusters.
"Oh, a car?
His
I'm
sister
16."
Figured it out.
Yeah, his sister,
Yeah.
like pretty much they ran into each other doing their own thing. Like
And that was perfect.
yeah, she was out chasing the ghost. He had just fixed the car and took it out for a joyride.
Well, to be fair, Egon did help.
Yeah, Egon helped her, but you'll find out more about
Right.
that in the movie. But so pretty much they run into, she's chasing her Slimer. And he's just joyriding. He's just like,
And
fuck
ran
it, I
into
fixed
each
the
other
car.
on the
And
street.
they just kind of like,
And then
what
they
are
were
you
like-
doing? What are you doing?
Right, exactly.
I'm doing that.
Right. And he was like, and he sees the ghost, and he was like, is
What
this
the
real?
fuck is that? And
Is
from
this
there,
like-
it's downhill from
And then
there.
after that, yeah, it's just everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
They fucked up the town.
Yeah,
Shit happened.
they wrecked the shit out that town.
Hey, Bokeem Woodbine
Yeah,
showed up.
Bokeem Woodbine is in it.
Strapped is in it.
Yeah, Strap is in it.
And
Yeah,
he was strapped.
he was strapped.
He was a Ghostbuster.
Yeah.
No.
No, he was the sheriff of the town.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
But what
something
they're
else.
setting
All right.
up is what has to happen in the context of this universe to make it work going forward. They didn't. Y'all all stayed for the two
Yeah,
end credit
it's two
scenes.
cut
Yes.
scenes.
Oh, I didn't know there was a second.
The second one is the one that
second
matters.
Yeah, the second was the one that counts.
Shit. I saw the Sigourney Weaver one.
That
Yeah,
was
the
just
cigar-
fun.
Yeah, that was just fun. So they do the experiment. Remember when he had the experiment, Peter Venkman?
Yes.
Where he made the people pull up the car and then would shock them.
Yes.
He was doing that with Sigourney Weaver in the cutscene.
Let's go.
So she was shocking him every time.
But at the very end, there's another one that's definitely the lead into the sequel.
Oh shit! Oh, now I have to.
So basically-
because I didn't know there was something at the very end.
do we want to talk about it?
Yeah.
So obviously, remember we talked about the fact that this continues not just from the second movie, but from the 3 animations. So this continues after even Ghostbusters, Extreme Ghostbusters.
So, bro, let's talk about these animations real quick because, see, that's why I said I want to talk about this because
Word.
I want to get into the animations. It was 3 different animations that used to
Yeah.
come on, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it was the real Ghostbusters,
Right.
Ghostbusters,
Slimer and the
Slimer and the Ghostbusters, and then Extreme Ghostbusters.
Now, Extreme was a little bit later, or was this?
That was later.
That was later.
So basically, Egon was the only Ghostbuster still standing. Everybody else was done. Egon was living in the firehouse,
By
and then he was
himself.
just by himself with Slimer and Janine, and he was teaching kids
Did they get it on?
on this cartoon.
I mean, you know, she stayed there. She stayed.
I mean, we're gonna assume yes.
How long is she gonna be at that desk doing desk job?
I mean, she pretty much ran the entirety
Yeah,
of the
she
Ghostbusters
was,
business.
She was the manager,
She
the
did.
general
She was
manager.
She was more than just a receptionist.
She said
helped-
the more than just a sex, the more than just a sex bot. Like what?
She was a sex bot.
But no,
I
yes.
mean it like that.
But no, she was probably. We'll just assume yes, even though they never really say. But basically, Egon was.
I only asked that because, so he had a kid.
But it's not with
It
her.
wasn't with her.
Okay.
Not
It
with her.
wasn't with her, and we don't really know much about that
Yeah,
relationship.
we don't know who
Yeah.
Egon's ex-wife is. They don't
Right.
really tell us.
Nope. Which is a part of the story, so
Rest
we'll
in
save
peace,
that.
Harold.
Harold Ramis.
Yeah.
So Egon's character, where he is now in the movie, is a direct correlation to his continued ghost busting while everybody else moved on.
Yeah,
Right.
because he was the only one that stuck it out.
Yeah, Ray ran the bookstore. Peter went back into business on doing marketing and teaching marketing and stuff.
And Winston became a billionaire.
Yeah, on some real shit.
Yeah, Winston was a billionaire.
and he's the one that's paying for Ray Stance's bookstore because it ain't making no money.
And he is also in the final cutscene.
So he Tony Stark.
Yeah, in the final cutscene.
Now, yeah.
He goes back to the firehouse.
Wait.
Oh,
Slow down.
shit.
So this story is the movie?
The
Yeah,
movie.
this
Yeah.
is literally it. Like, right? It's
Yeah.
directly connected to the first two movies.
Who Winston? Wait, dude.
Winston,
Black guy.
Ernie Hudson, the black.
Yeah,
He rich?
yeah.
Oh, he runs shit.
He runs shit.
He Tony Stark?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the Tony Stark to the Ghostbusters universe.
And that's what it's out. Basically, at this point, Ernie, they gave up the
That's
firehouse,
dope.
and the reason why they gave up the firehouse is what the movie is about. When Egon dipped and bailed on everybody, he took all the supplies, all the
Yeah, he took
Ghostbusters
he
equipment,
took Ecto 1, he took the proton packs,
and
he
dipped.
took everything.
He left
and
the
dipped.
firehouse. So the firehouse, got sold or bought up or foreclosed. Whatever happened, they lost the firehouse. Not that they were there, but they lost it. And Egon, nobody knew where he was. There's a part where they talk about the fact that Egon reached out to them and nobody believed what he was saying, because the truth is they won. They had busted all the ghosts.
Because they said the
You can
calls
never
went
bust
from,
all the ghosts.
All the ghosts that matter. They said it was
Right.
down to maybe 1 a week when before it was 10 a day.
He said it would be 10.
Yeah,
and
they
then
talk about the
went down to
decline
1.
of the ghost activity.
Yeah.
Because the ghosts technically operate around a certain event that happens. So you got you got Gozer in the first one. You had
Vigo the Carpathian.
in the second one, which was probably connected to something or other. So these demons rally ghosts to, remember, they feed off them just like on the cartoon. We learned that all the demons eat the ghost or feed off the ghost power to get their power, and then that's how they do whatever they do. They bust into our world. So all of that stuff is like set up now to understand, like, they beat all the demons because they captured all of them in the animation. And Extreme Ghostbusters, they caught the ones they didn't catch.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with the kids. So Egon's relationship with kids was already set up in advance. His history was written for this film before in the animation. So by the time you get here, understanding what happened and how his association is with his grandkids makes sense, and how he was able to connect with them on the level that he did in the film that enabled them to become Ghostbusters.
So he passed the torch.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
He passes.
They all did.
Yeah, they all 4 of them passed the torch.
Dope,
Yeah.
dope, dope.
All 4 of them
So
passed the
these
torch.
kids, can they carry the torch? Are they good?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they kind of were figuring shit out on their own.
Yeah, they-
when they
Yo, they
initially went out.
Yeah, once she got the hang of that sidecar, she was
Yeah.
working that like a
Yeah.
pro.
Now let's talk about the photon pack.
Proton
Yeah.
pack.
Proton pack. Now
Nuclear accelerators.
a kid can handle that and make.
So, yes, because
I played that video game before too. That shit's some wild shit to control.
yeah.
Come on now,
Well,
it's
she-
like it's
she
really
improved-
like roping
she improved
and
the pack,
wrangling
though.
somebody.
She
Like,
improved
yo.
the pack.
Yeah, she worked on it.
Yeah.
Okay, because there's no way to tell
Yeah, you
this
gotta
part.
go ahead.
It's the ghost of Egon is in the movie.
Yes.
And so Egon directed her to improve the proton pack
so that she can handle it.
so she can handle it.
Okay.
So
And it works much better
it works way better. You almost can do things with a single one that you could do with
with multiple.
multiples.
Yeah, it's on point. And so look, they got the crew. They've got the crew. And it's literally all the elements of the Ghostbusters is present in these kids. But the thing is that it's not just about the kids. That's the thing that we're going to get to, and I'm sure they're going to expose, because I'm sure they're going to borrow from some of the same ideas that other people have talked about.
Now what's that? What do you
The
think?
Ghostbusters can't be everywhere.
That's why I said they get all the ghosts, and what about Europe and Africa?
Well, they don't really have ghosts over there.
How you know?
You know, I'm talking in the context of the story. In the context of the story, they don't.
Gozer was only in New York.
Yeah.
Gozer was only in the 5 boroughs.
So there's no ghosts in Boston,
Well, it's not to say there's no ghost anywhere else, but the ghosts appear. Remember, so
Massachusetts.
They, in the Ghostbusters universe, they tend to appear around events.
yeah, it's an event. Like a demon does something that triggers the awakening because they need to feed off their souls.
But big cities like
They're not saying it's no ghost anywhere else. I guess the ones just related to the Gozer event.
Oh, sheesh.
So
So it's only the ghosts that are threatening, and it's like when they're in an abundance.
Can we see the boogeyman? That's all I'm asking.
Yo, that's what I'm. So that's the end credit scene. So Winston, after he's talking to Janine, and they having a conversation about the memory of the Ghostbusters and all that. And then he talks about like, yeah, I'm rich, I'm a billionaire now, I'm a businessman, but I will always be a Ghostbuster first, because he said that's where I learned, if I got the tools and the talent to do anything.
Okay.
So
yeah,
then
he talks about he says like, I came to you guys looking for a paycheck, and I learned a lot about myself.
That's dope.
And he was like, I'm a millionaire businessman now, but I was a Ghostbuster first.
That's dope.
He was.
Yeah.
And so he goes and buys the firehouse
Oh,
and drives
nice.
Ecto 1
and brings Ecto 1
and brings
in
Ecto
because
Yeah,
he's
I
about
was
to
to
gonna
the
fix
say,
it.
firehouse.
does he fix it? Because he had like touched it at the end.
Oh, he was
and
mad. He was like, "What you
"What
do?"
they do to
Yeah,
my
he was like, yeah,
baby?"
what they do to my baby.
Yes.
Yeah. So he
Yes.
takes Ecto 1. And see, that's the thing. It's while yes, these kids are Ghostbusters, it seems like they're directing it where Winston is about to reopen
Yeah.
But not only that,
the containment unit activated.
the one it was already activated. The problem is it was the red light, not
yeah,
the green
it was
light.
the red light.
Oh,
The red light is not good for the
Yeah.
containment unit, which
Yeah.
means that it's going to fail soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything they
Which
call
means the boogeyman, Sam Hayes.
Someone's gonna feed all them ghosts. Someone's gonna eat all them.
Well, remember
So
the
it's
one
gonna be
demon
another
that's
New
in
York
there?
event.
Remember the demon that was trying to eat Slimer in the animation and he fed on all the ghosts?
Oh snap!
So remember they had
So
all
all of that
Can
is
happen.
still
in the containment unit.
so
Everything
all
they've
that's
ever,
canon. I mean,
Yeah.
everything.
So
I seen
Vigo
on the
is in the
Ghostbusters.
containment unit.
Wow.
no, Vigo got banished.
Oh, that's right. He
But
went back to the painting. But
slow
everything
down.
else they was in there.
So Egon took the containment unit.
No.
No, he took everything else and left the firehouse and the containment unit, which means it's been unattended for the last 20, 30 years.
20 years, right.
So they turned it back on.
They never turned it off or on.
It never.
It's a containment. So it's a shield. It's a
But it's finally running out.
It's because he took the fuel. That's one of the key things they said that had Ray pissed off at him is that he left and took all their fuel that fuels everything.
Now Ray and Peter, which I mean Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray,
Right.
is in this movie as well.
And Ernie Hudson.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and all of
everybody.
them
And
are.
So
Andy
they
Potts.
they the elder gods. With
You'll
Ghostbusters.
when you
You'll
see it,
see.
man. It's
You'll
a
understand.
scene.
Are they
and-
in the streets too?
You'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah,
You'll-
it's worth seeing.
Yeah,
it
man.
is. It
Y'all
actually
hidden?
surprised
You'll
me.
see.
You gotta
was
watch
really
it. But
good.
there is all you get all four of them together again.
And
at
one thing-
time.
And like Amby said, it was natural. It wasn't like it was like this forced connection, reunion, or whatever. It was very natural.
Yeah, it
What
worked
they
and it
did.
made sense
Yeah,
how
and
they did
It
it.
did make sense.
And that phone call that's in the trailer, that phone call goes
Yes.
badly. That's a bad phone call. Like when she that's Egon's granddaughter calls Ray, talks to Ray,
And Ray's like, "Fuck that."
Fuck
Ray,
him.
Ray is like,
Right, yeah.
Ray is like, he's like, I ain't trying to hear nothing you saying about no Egon.
Like he can rot in hell.
Yeah, he was like, and then she said he died, and Ray was like, oh, I'm sorry. And then you see like Ray get back to Ray being soft and gentle, but he was at first he was like, I ain't trying to fuck.
He was like, he
I
was
ain't
New
trying to
York.
fuck- Yeah, I ain't trying to fuck.
Ray, calm down, Ray.
Yeah.
You Ray, fam. You always jovial. Get the fuck
Nah,
out
he
here.
felt that. Cause he was mad.
Yeah.
Because for them, because remember, Ray, even if the Ghostbusters had nothing to do, the firehouse was his home. That was him.
Remember, Ray was the heart. Ray
was?
was the
Yeah.
heart of the Ghostbusters.
Ray was the ODB of them.
Yeah, like if anybody believed in the Ghostbusters, it was Ray.
It was Ray.
Yeah, I agree
So when he
with that.
lost all that, even if they wanted to bust the ghost, they couldn't. Because they didn't have any more proton packs, didn't have any more traps. They had nothing. Egon cleaned them out and dipped. But there's a reason, because
Why Egon leave?
the town he went to,
Was the next Gozer appearance.
Evil
Yeah.
Shandor, he was from this. He bought, like, his family owned this town. He built this town up. The material that he used to build the high rise, that was mined in that town. So the mine shaft, which is where he was mining that material, that was actually a former pyramid that was built from an ancient civilization that was worshiping Gozer. Because every so often Gozer has like a certain time period, Gozer gets the opportunity to come back.
Yeah, and so 1984 and then 2021 were predestined for Gozer to return.
Right.
Yikes.
Yeah. And then there's another date on it, but it's not gonna. We ain't gonna see that one.
Yeah, there was like the next one was really long.
It was like
from
21
now.
something.
Yeah.
2134 or
shit.
something.
It was very far in the future.
future Ghostbusters?
Well,
Probably. Maybe.
I mean, we got
One day.
enough to deal with.
So this going to a sequel. So you think we going to
Sequels, plural.
plural?
Oh,
This is a
So this is
This
it.
successfully recharged it.
So this is it.
Yeah. Ghostbusters are back.
Ghost is loose and
I
And there was a
love it.
thing in the end credit scene you didn't see, but remember the one thing that they did show was the Ghostbusters. Oh, you did see the Ghostbusters car driving along the bridge towards Manhattan,
Yeah, yeah.
and it was repaired.
It was repaired. Yeah, yeah.
So something was already happening.
Oh shit.
They was already on the move.
so he repaired it for a reason.
of course.
These are the new Ghostbusters. Oh, so is it a catchy song?
It's the same.
Same song.
It's,
It was the
Ray Parker
it's all-
Jr.
Yeah, it's Ray Parker Jr.
Every song in the movie is literally the original soundtrack. That's what made it
Really?
brilliant.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same score.
So when
the
I tell you
score is
nostalgia
exactly
is
the
perfect,
same.
and it's like
That's dope.
it works.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
really dope.
Everything
man.
doesn't
Really
need
dope.
to be revamped.
Nah.
I think. Like,
Yeah, we don't need no Bobby Brown
Yeah,
songs.
everything doesn't need.
Hey, hey, man.
Hell no.
Hey, man.
That's why I asked.
We
Nah,
already
man.
discussed that Bobby Brown.
Hey man,
fiasco.
all the while the slime was under the building. He
I'm straight.
packed up the group, got a grip, came equipped.
So what,
Hey, the way he said though.
Right.
so what we would have got was we would have got a Griselda song.
Yo.
We would have got a Griselda
Hey
song.
yo,
Prep the
Ghostbusters.
proton pack in that blicky.
Ghostbusters.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Then he talking about slime from a different perspective. So check it out. In this movie also, they got they
Actually,
Slimer.
that's a conception.
Yeah, they got Cruncher.
Muncher.
Muncher.
Yeah,
Muncher.
Muncher.
They don't have Slimer, they got
Yeah, like
Muncher.
6
Oh, and
arms.
Muncher's a beast.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he spit metal nails at you, fam. After you
Yep.
eat something, he spit metal at you.
He munches on metal and
Metal,
eats it, then
yeah.
he'll spit it at you. But the thing that made me realize that he was their Slimer, even before the scene where you connect the dots, there's this inking whistle, the death whistle. When you
Yes.
blow the whistle, it wards off evil spirits. So Young Boy Podcast saw Muncher and
Podcast
blew the
a rider.
whistle.
Podcast a rider, fam.
And when he blew the whistle, Muncher just kind of looked like,
Who the fuck is
yeah, he was like, why you blow this loud ass whistle in
right,
here?
it had no effect.
I supposed to be here, right?
Right, I'm supposed to be here.
Now here's the side effect of this. Now this is something I peeped after watching it twice. Muncher was Egon's homie.
You think so?
Muncher was right down the block from him, but stayed in that particular factory. Never left to go to town.
Yeah.
And the only reason I could think that would, and also if there was a scene, there's a thing on his land on the dirt farm, where you could tell Muncher had been there.
We
Them
been eating
old
on-
cars.
the Old cars. Been eating on the old
Yeah,
cars.
so that was Muncher was Egon's homie.
that makes sense.
I gotta see.
But Muncher was kind of when Muncher ain't mad at
Oh,
you.
don't
though,
fuck with him.
Yeah, don't fuck with him because them metal spikes coming at you fast.
Yeah.
So he like a porcupine. Like
No, he shoots him out his mouth.
He just shoot him out his mouth.
He looked
How
like
he look?
like a caterpillar.
Yeah, like-
Yeah,
I think he
had
might
like
be a
6
caterpillar.
arms.
Yeah, he had like 6 arms.
Yeah, but he
Were
was fat
these-
and green.
Are these monsters or ghosts scary
Nah.
looking?
I told
It
you
was
that.
PG-13.
He was-
Okay, Ghostbusters ghosts are never scary. They're just weird.
Yeah.
They might be creepy to some people because I remember, like, again, I told you, like, when I saw the first Ghostbusters, my mom was bothered and afraid of Slimer.
I mean, the demon dogs are. If I saw that thing in real life, I'd be
Yeah.
scared of a demon
But
dog.
Slimer wasn't friendly, like I told you before.
Nah,
Slimer didn't look friendly, except the cartoon. That's when they made
made him all
like-
cuddly and like.
Oh,
They made him a
Slimer.
mascot. They made,
Yeah,
they
right,
made him a team
right,
mascot. He
right,
became a
right.
mascot.
But first, I can see that
He didn't look
wasn't
that
friendly.
threatening in the movie, at least to me.
Not
he just
threatening, but he
gross.
didn't look happy.
He just
Yeah,
looked
gross.
gross. You want,
Gross.
did you want it around
right,
you?
Right, on some garbage pail
Yeah,
kids, all right.
I wanted wandering around.
Yeah.
We're in my home.
They kept him as a pet. They fed
they
Slimer.
did.
Yeah, they did.
And if you remember,
Big sandwiches.
the
Big ass sandwiches.
Ghostbusters 2 is where you saw a lot of ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you saw like in the courtroom, the Scarelli
yeah, that was
brothers.
a
The
dope
Scarelli brothers were the
Yeah.
ones, and they was just some big skeletons with jail clothes on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was like they
Yeah, but they was running around. You
yeah.
don't want that shit in your house.
Yeah, I think what Ghostbusters ghosts do is more scary than how they
So
look.
what about like, all right, so movies like Paranormal Activity and
They're all
stuff?
based on this. Paranormal.
So ghosts are.
No, but see, understand there's the
talking.
poltergeist and then there's ghosts.
Well, let's get into all the levels.
Well, see, and Paranormal Activity breaks its own rules because Paranormal Activity is definitely more about demonic, and then it switched to being about ghosts.
Yeah, it tricks
Yeah.
So it's like
Well,
When there were witches,
I
like the
just did
fourth
that for
one.
example. You
So
don't have to go line for line. I'm
So
talking about
Ghostbusters-
like just can ghosts touch
you. Hierarchy
humans?
of ghosts in there.
Oh, yeah.
There's levels to the ghosts, right? So you got level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right?
Right.
Free roaming vapors are when they take a physical form. Because there's like the librarian was not a physical ghost.
Because we get into another ghost story later in the
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
So let's break it down. Again.
So
Go ahead.
depending on what level they are, and I think that has to do with how long they've been a ghost. Because the longer you're a ghost, the more deformed you get. First, you start to look like a human decaying, and eventually you turn into like these creatures. And the only reason why I know that is because of the real Ghostbusters animation. Because remember that ghost family? I think it was episode 1 or 2. It was like the mom, the dad, and the kid, and they was talking about being ghosts and what that was like. And it was like, so you now see these ghosts, and you realize that ghosts they're people who died. And over
Right.
the longer they're around, they can be irritable.
So they deteriorate.
Yeah, and they
worse.
become something else. But then you got the fact that, again, there's the next level, which is these demons or these deities. Demons and deities are when you get into the Gozers, the Zool, the Vince Clorto, and you get like, Vigo.
the Carpathian.
Yeah. These
What a
guys are like the Sam Haines, the Boogeyman.
Woohoo!
You know what I'm saying? Those
I
people.
like that you dance every time you say Boogeyman.
Boogeyman.
That was the one though.
Yeah.
Hey, Powerpuff Girls had Boogeyman too. He had the disco shoes on and shit.
Oh, my
they
goodness.
did.
True indeed.
But you know what?
I wrote that one too. Like they should do a combination.
The
of
Ghostbusters Boogeyman is more like her.
True. Her with
Look at her, the legs, the goat legs.
Yeah.
and all that.
Right.
Oh man, Boogeyman's scary.
Boogeyman's head
You made
was
me think
huge.
about that. Oh my gosh.
Remember, he would fucking
Yeah.
scare the hell out of you.
Yeah,
Like Monsters
yeah.
Inc. got it from Boogeyman on Ghostbusters animation.
I just want to see that on the screen. That's all.
you just want Boogeyman on screen. I feel that. I feel that's
that'd be
Dude, them going through with the kids going through dimensions. Now that would be scary because it's the nightmare thing, and he tries to scare you to feed off your
Yeah.
fear and all that. That would be fun.
Do you think they could pull a little smart horror?
Yeah. I mean, that's what it
They could pull
is.
smart
Because
horror
ghosts are
into it.
scary.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so you got the situations at home, and they can set up good little horror scary scenes.
I
And
think what Ghostbusters does well is that it takes you to
who
the
you
edge.
want to call?
it
They
takes
the
you-
only ones to call.
They're the
about
only ones to
this.
call.
That's what they always
and,
said.
And they take you
Yeah.
to the edge of the danger. Like shit gets scary, but they pull it back. They manage to just like nick a time it. I
Yeah.
think that's the
I think
the
they
catch to
open
it
the
all.
universe and let the shit go. You know what I mean? Like,
Hey,
we
if that
could get
containment
some
unit
little-
busts,
let it go.
Yeah, that would be a disaster.
because this time it's gonna
Go.
bust with no agenda. The last time it busted specifically because of Gozer.
and because of homie.
Well, homie, yeah.
The bureaucrat
Peck.
that shut him
Yeah.
down.
Peck.
Yeah, Peck. Is this true? Yes, it's true. This man has no dick.
And he was on the animation too.
Yeah, he was in that. Yeah, he was in the cartoon too.
But
yeah.
so now if the
That's
ghost,
crazy. They got everything canon.
yeah.
it's all
Yeah.
canon
That's
all
one
canon.
franchise
Tied
that,
together.
figured it out.
and never messed it up.
Yeah, they managed to keep their stuff together.
Shout
Yeah.
out.
They did.
But that's because Reitman and Ramis kept reins on a lot of that stuff. And that's what happens when you actively involved. Like I'm licensing it out, but I give final word.
Yeah.
That's smart.
it is.
That's actually that's initially what George Lucas does. He started that trend of I'm a license
He
it.
let that shit go.
But now he let it
a
go.
long time ago.
Yeah, but now he did. But I'm saying initially
Who did
Maybe
it
he
first?
should've stuck
Did
around
Star
a little
Wars really franchise out?
he had the sense to keep international marketing rights.
Okay, I got
No
it.
one had ever done that before George. Like
No
people-
movies were going international like that either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he kept international marketing rights. Like that was huge.
Yeah.
That was huge. He controlled all of that. That was huge.
And this is Aykroyd's baby.
this
Yeah,
is
that's
but it's
what I mean.
Reitman's.
So-
It's Jason Reitman's baby.
So what
overall.
about those previous Ghostbuster movies? That
What previous Ghostbusters?
The only
movies?
the
They don't
the other
exist.
one was the
Wait, what?
the Kate McKinnon one doesn't count.
Yeah,
Leslie
the women
was-
all
was
Was it what movie?
It doesn't count.
Yeah, it's not. It.
What
it,
movie are we talking
They
about?
phased
the-
that shit out completely.
'Cause-
They don't even recognize that
Because
one.
even really that one, I saw.
feel
it
like
once,
Loki.
but it really, it's kind of the only one that didn't really have any connection outside of surface to anything else in the universe. It was just it was like they made it its own thing, which didn't make sense, and it didn't work, unfortunately. Like
Yeah.
what they
What
were
movie
trying
we talking
to
about?
go. The all women Ghostbusters.
He know what you're talking about. He knows what you're
Sorry.
talking about.
Did this movie come out?
Okay, Amby.
We get your bit, Amby.